Hey everyone, just going to start this video off with some footage of the little dust storm we had today. So yeah, it was just a small one. We've definitely had worse in the last 2 weeks or so. We've been having dust storms about every day. Um, Today's training session was squats and front squats. And you'll be seeing the whole training session today. I got a new tripod in for my regular camera, so this video is filmed with my normal camera, not my phone like I usually do. And I just want to show this whole squat session, um, just kind of to show everyone exactly what I do and kind of how consistency looks and that kind of stuff, because I take that pretty seriously. And if I notice that a weight is moving too slow or the rep quality's gone down significantly, then I will definitely bring the weight down. Even if the goal is to increase it, I'd rather just maintain rep speed and rep quality than to train in a manner that is not really conducive to performing well. Um, so today's squat training session, it only had one set, and that was that first one of 285 for 6. That was below 75% of my goal weight, which I'm figuring as being 405 as my everyday 2 to 3 rep max. And that's kind of how I program all of my lifts off of. And all of these weights, they get pretty heavy. And the first 3 sets up to this one right here, which is 325, felt pretty good and felt pretty fast. Then 345 on this next set, I switch over to a totally different angle because I'm trying to utilize the functionality of this new tripod and just see exactly what it can do. And at first I just thought this was going to be a silly angle, and it wouldn't show me my bar path or anything like that with 345 for 6. And so I didn't even know if it was going to be useful, but it turns out that if you watch the travel of my knee, you can see right there it goes in a little bit more than what I would really like. And so it's the 5th and 6th rep, and I knew I was doing that while I was squatting, but now I can actually see it. And I don't know what kind of effect it's really going to have on my training, but at least now I'm a little bit more aware of it, because I thought that I had felt it, but I wasn't exactly sure how bad it was. Turns out it's pretty bad. Now, this is the top set of 365 for 6, and this is about as high as I want to push the exertion on this training block. And so next week, as planned, I'm going down to 4 reps per set, and that's still going to be 5 ascending sets. And that's just to make sure that I'm maintaining, again, the same kind of rep speed and rep quality that I'm looking for. That 6th one right there was significantly slower. I'd say probably twice as slow as my first 2 sets, and that's something I would definitely like to avoid as much as possible. But on the same token, you have to lift heavy weights if you want to get stronger. Moving everything fast is nice and all, but you need to understand that sometimes you have to grind a little bit under the bar. And that rep wasn't exactly grinding, but it was slower than what I would call fast. And moving weights fast has value, as does grinding, but it really comes to a balanced approach on how you train them and how often you incorporate those different types of lifts and when you incorporate them in your training. If you're grinding weights all the time, you're just going to slow yourself down and you're going to be slow, and there's only so long you can try to move a bar until your body decides it can't move it anymore. And so that's where the importance of moving things fast comes into play. Here's another one of those fancy camera angles with a new tripod. Strapped it to the barbell, and actually I strapped it to the plate. I just thought it would be kind of a fun camera angle and see how high I'm launching this bar off my delts, because that's all going back to speed, and that's what all these 10 sets of 3 reps with the front squat are about, and that's speed. Just standing up as fast as I can, maintaining a vertical torso, and just trying to accelerate underweight as quickly as possible. And ideally what this is going to do is just teach my body to move weights fast. That's kind of the goal. It's all about force production and that kind of stuff. And again, filming all of these sets is just so I can sanity check my rep consistency. Because if you're not consistent, then your performance is going to be lackluster when you go into a competition or something like that. You get into the heavier weights, and your inconsistency is now your weak link in the chain, and you might not be able to move that weight simply because your ability to move weight in general is not where it should be. And consistency is huge for me. And when you see lifters like Andrei Malinichev, and he sets world record squats, and he smokes them, and he moves them so fast, and everyone's blown away by it. That's not just because he, is, so amped up that he's launching this bar off of his back. It's because he's maintaining consistency with his rep quality, and he's maintaining the speed of his bar as he trains. And that goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning of this training video, is making sure that you have that rep speed. I can't say it enough. So this is the last set of 185, and you can see that it was almost as fast as the first set. And that was 10 sets of 3. And 185 is about 70% of my 1 rep max on the front squat. After my front squats and my back squats, I did some weighted pull-ups. I did a set of 12, which it wasn't filmed, and I did a set of 8 that you see right here, and I did a set of 5 with 10 pounds, and I did some leg curls, some leg extensions, so it's almost a full workout that you see here. All in all, it took me about an hour and 30 minutes. So thanks for watching.